Sawadee Kop, aka Good Morning Peoples, means the same thing, basically. Today is my girlfriend's birthday. Happy birthday. Meow meow. Meow meow meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. So, as we've covered in previous lessons, moo, like a cow, moo is pork. The letter for G, basically, that they call guy, looks like a chicken, and guy is chicken. Cat, her nickname's Cat, is meow, like a cat says meow. So why moo isn't beef or cow instead of pork? I don't know. They missed one there. But meow is her nickname. Thai people, men and women, have nicknames. Even their families use to shorten it. I mentioned before O Williams, who was one of my agents and worked in the office. Her real name is like Naruman, and it just doesn't roll off the tongue even for Thai people. So she goes by O-H. And, downstairs we talk about Nui, N-U-I. Now, her name is actually pretty easy. It's Nuiza, N-U-I-Z-A. So that I think people could say, but whatever. She goes by Nui. And, kind of like John and Jonathan, or, Gregory, just the shortening. I don't even know Oo's real name. I should look it up because we do payroll and stuff, but I'm sure it's much, much longer than Oo. And then, once again, my girl's name is Wanwipa, W-A-N-W-I-P-A. Not that hard. To me, like Nuiza, Wanwipa is simple enough to say. But her family, everybody calls her Mao. The workers here call her P Mao. P before the person's name is a sign of respect for people who are older than you. So since she's older than the staff, who's in their 20s and 30s, they call her P Mao, right? But Mao, they don't call her Wanwipa. The Thai people call her Mao. So anyway, it's Mao's birthday. Happy birthday, Meow. And she hasn't taken a shower yet. Maybe for her birthday we'll shower. No, okay. January 11th. Money, here's that money thing again, is either a good or bad influence. That's true. Do you all know somebody who they got some money and it changed them? I do. Power also. I remember when I was in the military, guys got promoted and they became dickheads, and it's like, well, you were one of us like a month ago. You got a stripe on your shoulder and now all of a sudden you're an asshole. I don't get it. I never understood that. But yeah, money and or power definitely changes a lot of people. So money is either a good or bad influence according to the character of the person who possesses it. There you go. There's the underlying thing. It's true. There we go back to little Nicky again. The devil. It's true. It's not true. It's true. Money has no character, no personality, no values. Its actions only reflect the desires of its owner. Wow. You say the same about guns too, right? I mean, yeah, good stuff. Money can build great hospitals and schools, or it can be gambled away or squandered on meaningless possessions. Money may build museums to house beautiful works of art. It may construct beautiful houses of worship, or it may be used to create instruments of war and destruction. Dum, dum, dum. As you build your personal wealth, make sure you build your character by setting aside a portion of your income to help others. Choose a church, a charity, or a cause that you can enthusiastically support. Then give of your money and your time in support of that cause. The primary beneficiary of such noble actions is always the one who gives, not the one who receives. Yeah, 100%. And once again, it's kind of strange. That's the 11th paragraph in the book, but we've already gone over that. And I don't remember. July the 16th, I have no idea when we talked about that, but I remember sitting over there because the table that's here used to be across the way there, and then we moved it over here to get out of the sun because this is covered by a balcony porch. And that's wide open to the sun. So it used to get brutally hot there in the summer. So we moved the fan over and we moved the table over to here. But when I was doing this video from over there, I remember talking about giving back, giving to people, and how you ultimately benefit. And I understand if you haven't reached success or if you haven't given, you don't get that, right? Because you have to experience it. And it's one of those funky things where we talked about faith for a whole month. You have to have faith that what I'm saying is true. Or you look at Kyle Paskowitz, Yellowbird. I talked about his group, his meetup. Now, he was very successful investor. He had over 1,100 doors, right? That's what, when you have a rental, you have a single family rental, it's one door. You have an apartment complex with 20, it's 20 doors, right? So he had over 1,000, over 1,100 rentals 2 years ago, 3 years ago, before he ever started Yellowbird. So he was successful. He was flipping, he was private money lending, he was a landlord. But when he started Yellowbird a couple of years ago with Pat Flynn as his partner, as I mentioned, he took it to a whole nother level. I mean, if you had done business with him like I had, he was one of my private lenders for flipping, you knew him. You knew of him, you knew he was successful, you knew he was a lender and all that. But when he did Yellowbird, which once again was for free, there was no membership, he wasn't looking to get money like the little old lady in Rhea. He took it to a whole nother. I mean, there isn't an investor in Jacksonville who does not know Kyle Paskowitz or Yellowbird or Pat Flynn. And oh shit, yeah, I should have written it down or taken a picture of it or something. Pat Flynn, his partner, this morning posted a thing on Facebook, exactly what I was talking about yesterday: quiet time and getting things done earlier and getting a head start on the day. He said, I'll have to paraphrase it, I can't read it while I'm making the video, but he nailed it. He basically gave a technique to do what we were talking about the other day with the quiet time and the meditation or the praying or whatever you do early in the morning. He said it is hard to get up, when it's cold, and they're going through a cold spell there now. It's in the 40s Fahrenheit, not 40s Celsius. And he's like, in the morning, 5 a.m., it's cold, and the covers are warm, and he's married, so you got your significant other there. There's a lot of reasons not to get out of bed. And he said, but to be successful, and he's already successful, but he's got that drive where he wants to build it even more and stay successful, stay on top. He said, think about a goal, how much money you want to make, this year. Say you want to make, 100,000 or 200,000, or for him, maybe it's 500 or $1 million, right? 500,000 or $1 million this year. Whatever his number is, whatever your number is, think of that number. And think, if I get out of bed, somebody will pay me that much money right now. That's what he uses as motivation to get out of bed when he doesn't. Because I think it's normal to be lazy. I really do. I told you that's what I struggled with, right? It was not fear, but laziness. And I think that's part of the human condition. We want to do as little as possible and make as much money as possible. I think that's everybody. But the reality is you have to work for it. You have to put in the time. There's no shortcuts, right? You have to put in the effort. So he tells himself, if I get up now when I don't want to, I'll get paid that much money. And here's the thing, he's not really lying to himself, because by getting up that early and getting to work and making phone calls and looking for properties and doing all the stuff he does, he is going to get that money. He has gotten that money. It works. He's not lying to himself, because last year he probably made that number or close to it. And this year he wants to make a little bit more, I'm sure. He wants to grow. Everybody wants to grow. And so he will make that number by getting up and continuing to put the systems in place that he and Kyle have developed. So I thought that was a good technique based on what we talked about yesterday. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And that's from a guy who's killing it. So words to the wise, I would definitely take him up on that. So that's it for today. I honestly have no idea how I turned this thing on, and 10 minutes later, finally I get around to hitting the little black button. But hopefully you guys are getting something out of this.